I met this girl when I was 10 years old, and what I loved most, she had so much soul. Hey everybody, it's Old School Heart back with another video for you guys. It is Wednesday. Man, let me tell y'all, it was 40 degrees out here, almost 50 in Chicago, and baby, I wanted to put my bathing suit on. That's how nice it was here in Chicago. It's been an amazing week. Someone said, one of the psychologists that I researched not too long ago, one of them said, how important it is for black skin, melanin, to have light and to have sun and vitamin D, and that how that affects our mood and behavior. And so it's been nice to see that sun shining. It's been nice that, the light is out more. We're I think about a week and a half away from daylight savings time. And so that's amazing. And so I hope that, you are having a productive week, that you've been able to go outside and get some of that sun. I know some of you guys already live in areas where sun and all of that has been, been there for a while. But for us, the people that live in Chicago, the people that, suffered that winter storm, we're seeing that snow melt. We're able to go outside more and enjoy ourselves. And so it's been a good week, and I hope it's been a very good week for you guys as well. Now today I'm not going to be long. I always say that, but I really mean it this time. I'm not going to be long because I just wanted to leave you with a thought, cultural conversation for yourself this time. You don't even have to talk about this around the table, but for you. So Russell Wilson and Ciara are trending. Russell did an interview. I don't know if it was a couple of months ago or a couple of weeks ago, but he did an interview, and I'm guessing they asked him, what his biggest fear was. And Russell Wilson said his biggest fear was losing Ciara. On social media, this snowballed into this big discussion on Ciara and Russ's relationships, and why, black men hate people like Russell Wilson, and black women using Russell Wilson as the standard for husbands and committed relationships, because he is very, very outspoken about his relationship with Ciara, their kids, how much he loves her, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so, that has been one of the biggest trending topics for the past week, because we're now on Wednesday. And so, for about a week, it's been the topic of discussion on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and other places like that. And so, it got me thinking, y'all know how I am. I spend a lot of time in my thoughts, but it got me thinking. And so if you didn't know already, I'm going to tell you this is clickbait. I will not be discussing Russell Wilson and Ciara's relationship. First of all, it's overkill. But in seeing all of the posts about Russell and Ciara, it did get me thinking. What are we as African Americans really doing with our time? What are we doing with our time? And here's the thing. Let me give a disclaimer, because I know that there will be some people who watch this video. I am not here to judge you. I am not here to bash you on how you choose to escape. That's not what this discussion is about. I'm not about to judge you for how you spend your time escaping from reality, because we're in a time where there is a need to escape from reality. There is definitely. We have COVID, job issues, all of that stuff. There is a need to escape, and I have done it myself. I have participated in some form of escapism. All of us do. I did the Busset Challenge in January, so I know about, escaping. But all this talk about them challenged me to assess what I've been allowing to feed me and what I've allowed myself to pay attention to a lot more. One of my favorite movies is Spike Lee's Bamboozled. And that is the movie with Damon Wayans and Jada Pinkett. And Damon Wayans' character is a TV writer. And during the beginning of the movie, Damon Wayans' character is, having a hard time getting one of his stories on television. And so there's a part in the movie where he has this big screen TV, and on the big screen TV there's a sheet of paper with a writing on it that says "Feed the Idiot Box." And that is Damon's way of doing the work, right? That was Damon's character's way of making sure that he is diligent about writing. He's diligent about putting something out there so that it can go on TV, and all that other good stuff. So I've adapted that saying, "Feed the idiot box," right? Not calling anybody an idiot, but just in general, feeding information, feeding what I know will be productive not only for me but for others. And so I'm constantly thinking about feeding the idiot box, and also paying attention to what matters. While we discuss Russell and Ciara and their relationship, that's not ours. We're not in that relationship. We never will be. We have no say in it or anything like that. We miss out on important information of our community. Like this week in particular, they all came out with the numbers of deaths of people in the United States over COVID. And the number was like 500,000. And we can guess, we don't even need them to come out and say it, but we can guess that half of that 500,000 was African American deaths. Now, I will say this, I have my issues with COVID numbers, symptoms, vaccines, all of that. And we can have a discussion about that if you like. Leave me a comment. But, while we're talking about Russell and Ciara, we're missing moments like that. Not only that, as they talk about the numbers of COVID, they're also talking about homelessness and how it has increased, especially for African Americans, especially for young African American men. How hard it's been to, take care of your home financially. Even though they signed that CARE Act and it's extended until I believe June. June is on the way. How are these people making it? What are the numbers and different things like that? When you're distracted, you don't know what it is or what it's about, or any of that. Also, not to mention an increase in crime. In our community, of course, there is a higher number of crime. I even talked about the carjackings in Chicago a couple of weeks ago. We can easily be distracted by their relationship and not understand the effects of COVID and how it's increased crime in our area. And not only that, because there's more crime, what's the problem? What's going on? Why are we having carjackings? Why are we dealing with this in particular now? Why is there an increase in that? We miss an opportunity to educate ourselves. We miss an opportunity to find the information and relay it on to other people so that things can be corrected. When you're distracted, like I said, you miss that opportunity. You miss that opportunity to advocate, You miss that opportunity to create something that is useful for the community, for the collective. You miss an opportunity to inform. I think about that quite a bit. You know, when I am looking at Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then I look at some of the YouTube pages and listen to them, you know, discuss what just happened on Real Housewives of Atlanta or any other show or whatever. When I do that, you know, I have to think that I am missing an opportunity to engage in productive conversation, and not only to engage in productive conversation, but to also assess how I can contribute to changing that situation, or not even changing it, but informing others so that they can change it, since this is my platform. I battle between being productive. I battle between escapism very, very much, just like you. I battle with that. And I'm constantly, you know, trying to come up with ways to stay less distracted. I'm constantly telling myself to feed the idiot box, you know, to feed myself in a way that not only is productive for me, but beneficial to all of you who I give information to. And so it is really, really, really challenging. It really is hard work. I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you, because I understand that escapism is real and we need to do it at times. And sometimes we pick the most non-impacting subjects. We pick, you know, some of the most goofiest things to involve ourselves in. And that's okay if that's where you're at and that's what you need, because you deal with a lot, right? That's okay. So I'm not saying that it's not, but I am saying, ask yourself a question. What am I allowing to feed me? You know, what's distracting me from my purpose and for what's important for the community, collective, or the community? If I am looking at videos about Russell and Ciara, if I've already commented on 5 Facebook discussions and 3 Instagram discussions, is there purpose there? Or am I distracted? And have I done what's important not only to me, but the collective as a whole? Do I know what's happening around me this week? Do I know who I can talk to if what's happening is hurting my community or impacting me? What do I do? I'm not going to keep you long. I thank you so much for watching the last video. If you've not watched the last video about white women, you know, go ahead and do that. Thank you so much for once again subscribing to the channel. Hit the like button for me. Hit the like button. Share this video. It is clickbait. I'm sorry, clickbait. Sorry, it's clickbait. But I think it's beneficial to have this discussion. So, you know, leave me a comment below. Let me know how you feel. And I will see you on Sunday, hopefully, if I get everything done. Thank you so much for watching. This is Old School Heart. Good night.